Never know. Hey, everybody, it's the High Council. It's the late High Council. It's the late show, as it were. My name's Ethan Van Sciver. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. And as usual tonight, we've got my two partners in crime. First of all, the one that you know very well. You know him very well. He's opened up and shared his feelings quite a few times for you. It's Jeff. It's Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters.
When did I open up and share any feelings? I don't have many feelings. I'm like a robot.
You shared all your feelings.
Yes. Hey, everybody. We're back. It's the High Council. It's Tuesday. It's a little later, but that just means we're more amped up to have more fun. So hello and welcome.
That is correct. And tonight, filling in is our third, the great Mecha Random.
Oh, thank you. Holy crap. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm honored.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Now, some of you may not know that we have lost our brother Jeremy. We've lost him to bigger and better things. And he is no longer going to be a part of, well, is he going to be, what was his whole thing? Is he part of the High Council or not? Did he
He's still like a floating member type of thing. But we're going to have our, a reveal eventually, but he's not dead to us yet.
Yeah, he didn't die. He's not like gone.
Has anyone heard from him? I mean, you don't know for a fact that he's not dead.
I saw him with some fan.
You did?
With a tattoo of Geeks and Gamers, so he was all excited about that.
Oh, he probably went to San Diego Comic-Con, didn't he?
Yep.
San Diego Comic-Con was this past weekend. We were at San Diego Comic-Con +2. After D-Day, World War II, they called it like D-Day +1, D-Day +2. We're at SDCC +2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the news coming out of that very sad event?
Underwhelming. Because, okay, you know that I'm a big collector. So even on the toy front, it was kind of a letdown. But all I saw was a couple things I wanted to buy and no movies I wanted to see.
Yeah. What about you, Mecca?
Well, I'm excited for Doctor Strange 2, but apparently I'm supposed to be in love with Lady Thor and lesbian Valkyrie or something. I'm supposed to care.
Why don't you care about? Aren't you proud? Aren't you happy? Aren't you thrilled that they're taking everything that everyone loves and changing it and making it into something either gay or female in order to call everyone piss babies? You don't like that?
Not particularly, no, because
Mecca, aren't you sick of the piss babies? Aren't you sick of the incels like I am? Aren't you tired of these people? We need to take everything that they love and we need to utterly destroy it and then be like, haha, piss babies, haha, man babies. Now what? Now what? Let's look at this article that you've got here. Male piss babies are absolutely pooping themselves. By the way, this is the news these days.
This is what passes for news anyway.
They're absolutely pooping them over Natalie Portman being cast as Thor. This is something else. This is quite a headline, Mecca. Would you scroll down and read a little bit of this for me?
Oh God, this. Well, first we have to make fun of who wrote this. His name is Patrick Lenton.
My name's Patrick Lenton. I am not a piss baby. I am a progressive.
This is him.
Progressive. Okay.
I believe he's Australian.
I'm Australian. I'm an Aussie.
He has a Twitter. This is him.
Here's me. Aren't I cute? Oh my God. I'm so little. Look at my pants. Oh my God. I'm a victim of circus pants. Oh.
What?
I'm sorry. This guy has the nerve to call us piss babies. I had to laugh.
I'm just a little puppet. I'm your ventriloquist dummy. Come and play with me. Stick your hand up there. I mean,
to be fair, he doesn't have the pride flag.
Okay, that's good. All right. So, what does this guy have to say? He's pissed off at the piss babies. Do you want me to read it, or are you going to read it?
If you would like.
I would like you to read we're going to make this like middle school. I want you to read the first paragraph. Jeff, you read the second one, and I'll read the third. Okay, and we'll go in order. Okay.
All right. Locked on her.
All right. In a news that is grim, inevitable, and pathetic, and surprising to nobody online, the world's worst men.
Yes,
Says
that's
who?
us.
Says who?
We have united. The world's worst men have united, and we're all
Says
here
this
tonight.
guy. Says this guy. Says
Oh.
this guy. So, I don't trust his opinion.
Oh, okay.
In a tonal symphony of frustrated tantrums and poop-filled pants over Natalie Portman being cast as Thor.
The announcement was made at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday that Natalie Portman will reprise her role as Jane Foster in the upcoming Thor, Love and Thunder film, which is helmed by returning director Taika Waititi. She will be co-starring with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson.
However, Portman's role will significantly change from her previous position of love interest and astrophysicist in the new film, as she too will wear the mantle of Thor, wielding the famous hammer Mjolnir and adopting the title of Goddess of Thunder. Oh my God! You go, girl. Yes, Queen Slay.
So, just to clarify, she is cast as Thor, not replacing Chris Hemsworth in any way. Yes, this means they're still angry.
This should not be a surprise to any comic book fans, as the movie mirrors an extremely popular bullshit not popular comic book storyline from 2014.
I've always had hammer envy, Portman said at the event, according to Variety.
Cue the discordant screech of piss babies around the world and hear 1,000 unwashed scrotums tighten and fear. I can't even get
This
through
is good, man. This is a good article
ever.
I like it.
A woman in the most camp superhero franchise on Earth. It boggles the average cargo pant mind.
Considering how outraged they all got out about Captain Marvel simply existing, it's no surprise they are very triggered now.
All right, so these are the toxic males. Oh, I like these guys.
These are
Look,
the
my
toxic-
name is in this, Jeff.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted at me. They're telling me about this.
I think this might have been when I retweeted. So when I was live with Rob from Midnight's Edge, when we got the news, we were watching this live from Comic-Con, and the second that news dropped, he said, "Oh, that's it. I'm ordering a Cyberfrog t-shirt." And he tweeted you. I retweeted that, and I think Angry Toxic Male is one of ours who responded, and I know this guy. This guy is a giant, big guy. He's a muscly dude. He's a cop. So shout out to Angry Toxic Male.
I would like to shout him out and thank you for putting my name in this article. I'm proud to see it there. Let me read these. This first one is from a very manly man, even though he has. Is that a soy boy avatar? I can't see it very well. It looks like there's a little dog with sunglasses.
That's a little doggy.
That's
a
not
dog.
his face behind it, though, is it?
I can't see. No, I think that's a dog ear. That's a doggy ear.
Okay, all right. Yeah, soy boy cliche avatar number 3 is unwashed man holding a beloved pet close to his face to prove that he is sexually harmless and looking like he's on the verge of tears. Now, I've seen so many people like that. You know, whenever I'm attacked by someone, I go, "Oh my God, you're soy boy avatar number 3, holding a beloved pet close to your face and looking like you're about to cry every single time." I'm
this
glad
is one of our people, though. This is one of ours.
Yeah.
He's
That's
against it. Yeah.
I was confused, honestly.
I know.
I thought maybe it was a problem, but he says, "Give me an FM break." Is it F? Yeah, FM. I'm a Natalie Portman fan, but Thor is a male character. It is, Jeff. If you look on the side of the hammer, it says, "Whosoever be worthy of, whatever, he can lift the hammer of Thor." He. It's gender specific.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Do you remember the old What If comic book series?
Yes.
There was one about Thor. Jane Foster became Thor back then, but then she gave up the hammer to Donald Blake so she could marry Odin. Wouldn't that be a weird twist for this movie?
Odin? The guy from Geeks and Gamers?
The movie blog guy. Yeah, he married Jane Foster in 1978.
He's like, Odin. Yes, I do. That would be weird. Yeah, I saw that comic and I shook my head. But it is, I mean, see, What If was absurd. Like, What If would always have these kind of absurd storylines, and it would be silly. But maybe that's how this movie's going to end as well. So he says, when do we get a male Wonder Woman? This is such a good question. Well, no, it is, because a lot of people don't know. Well, some people do know, Jeff, but I'm actually working on the answer to all of this right now. And I never thought about doing a male Wonder Woman, per se, but I have no problem. I mean, I might do something like that. I'm working on Rainbow Brute. Rainbow Brute is the answer to all of this. Rainbow Brute is my next comic book, and it is a barbarian version. You know about this, right, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a barbarian version of Rainbow Bright. I'm taking all of the girls' toy properties from the 1980s, and I'm making them high tea.
Good.
I'm making them high tea. I'm look at this. I'm making them for men. This is Rainbow Brute right here. See him? Handsome, right?
See, I didn't like Rainbow Bright as a kid because she was so girly. We needed this.
Yeah, I'm fixing that. Like, this is a badass pixie fairy who gets drunk on honeysuckle nectar and beats the living shit out of the Care Bears. Excuse my language. And he rides a big horse. He doesn't ride a My Little Pony. He rides a My Girthy Stallion. He's like, come on, you want to ride My Girthy Stallion? This guy is totally awesome. This is my next project after Cyberfrog. So I'm not somebody who would be against a male Wonder Woman. I would do that. And I would do the same thing that SJWs do. He would be a man, but I'd still call him Wonder Woman. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like when they replaced Tony Stark with Riri Williams, they still called the book Iron Man. When Jane Foster became Thor, they still called the book Thor, even though Thor is the name of a guy. It's the Thunder God. It's not something that's transferable. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a name. It's not a title.
Of course. All right, so he says, when do we get a male Wonder Woman? Democrat PC will wreck the world, he says. Stand up and say no. That's all I want people to do.
Mm-hmm.
Angry toxic male. What does he say, Jeff?
He says, at Ethan Van Sciver and Natalie Portman is next Thor. Jesus fucking Christ. I hated it in the comics when Jane Foster was Thor so fucking much, and bam! Here we fucking go again. I'm so done with all their woke bullshit, gender politics, virtue signaling. Fuck you, Marvel.
Man, that's putting it mildly. That's a reasonable statement. What does Mr. Rictus say, Mecca? See if you can butch it up for Mr. Rictus.
I hope Taika Waititi is a miracle worker. I'm saying his name wrong. Because Jane Foster Thor is a terrible idea, and Natalie Portman is the worst part of 2 bad Thor movies. Well, and I agree with that, because didn't they have to swap in Chris Hemsworth's real life wife because she had like so little chemistry? Like Natalie Portman had so little chemistry. I think I saw it. Well, I saw it on a Watch Mojo or something video, and you know how those are always true, right?
Yeah.
No, he's married to the woman from the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, so they had to like swap her out like for a back of the head shot where they're making out.
Oh, for a scene.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, for like a kissing scene. For like a kissing.
Oh, I thought you meant like.
Sorry.
I thought you meant for like the acting in general. I was like, wait,
No.
she's not in that movie. That would make sense.
No, well, that would have made it better. No, for like a kissing scene because they had so little chemistry. Sorry.
Natalie Portman seems so unlikable. Like, even before this, she always just came off with, I'm smarter than you. I went to Harvard type of thing. It's like, we get it, Natalie. You're smart.
Yeah, I just find her to be. First of all, this is a terrible idea because Natalie Portman is about 3 feet tall and she's very tiny. And her holding that hammer in her little 1.5 pound prop, her little spindly arm trembling under the weight. They had to have a man underneath her helping her hold it up. She looks so uncomfortable. She's like, I know I signed for 7 movies to be Jane Foster. That was contractual, but I didn't know you guys were this stupid. I didn't know I was going to have to be Thor. I thought I was going to be the love interest of Chris Hemsworth. And you made him fat. You made him an ineffectual bum. And now I got to be Thor? What the hell?
She doesn't even look like she wants to be there.
I know. Look at her with the hammer. She's like, look at that face. That says it all. Look at that face. Sisters are doing it for themselves. So proud. She looks so honored. She's like ready to go.
What did I sign up for? They better pay me a lot of money.
Well, she quit Marvel once before. I wonder how much they gave her to come back.
Well, they gave her the hammer. They gave her Chris Hemsworth's balls on a plate.
Oh my God, that's what that is. It's a phallic symbol.
Hmm.
Look at that. She's like, I've got his balls.
Well, did you
But no, but
see? Did you see his reaction? His first reaction was, well, she comes out and she's like, "I've always had hammer envy," and he's like, "Yeah, everybody else too," and a lot of other people he's like they just keep taking away the hammer and giving it to everybody else, or saying, other superheroes with flat posteriors are more powerful and better than he is, and it's like I'm sick of this. Like, you're taking away the eye candy for women. If they took away Jason Momoa out of Aquaman, women would be pissed, and I'm kind of like, don't take away Chris Hemsworth too. Like,
yeah, I will say this. I don't think women want this. I'm going to be so
No.
bold. As a toxic masculine male master of the patriarchy, and I am, I would like to put forward this theory. This isn't what women want. This is what weirdos want. This is what SJWs, spiteful SJWs, and weirdos actually want. That normal people don't want this. Women don't want to see a woman play Thor. What is it with these people? Why is it that these SJWs, when they think about female empowerment, they think about them becoming men? What is that?
I don't want this.
Jeff, are we so awesome as men that they're jealous of us? Like they're jealous of the natural attributes that men have, that they want to come in and in order to be empowered, they don't want to be a super powered version of something feminine. They want to become us. They want to spit on the ground. They want to grow facial hair, and they want to become men. They want to, take over and do what men do. Is that what it is? Are we that cool?
I mean, maybe the two of us are, because we get a lot of shit on the internet, so people are jealous of the High Council. But yes. I don't know. Maybe that is. There's some deeper psychological issues with these people, and they're projecting onto our comic book entertainment.
But let's not forget that they don't really, I'm going to say this politely, these people don't actually give a shit. They don't actually care about any of this. In truth, what SJWs are doing is they just want to ruin the things that you love so that they can laugh at you. That's all this is. That's the shocking fact when they talk about, oh, this is progress and isn't this great? They don't care about that. What they care about is saying, we're more power. We're taking away the things that you love. We're destroying them, and now we're gonna laugh at you crying. And they imagine you crying. They imagine you shitting yourself. They literally imagine you shitting your pants over this, and then they delight in it. They delight in the fact that they've taken away something that holds no value to them, but a lot of value to you, and they've ruined it. They've done that. So let's go through this. This is the great Data Racer 117, who is a fantastic researcher. He's found examples, and there are many examples on Twitter of these NPCs all saying the same thing. Do they care about this? Are they excited about the movies for real? Are they going to go see the movies? Or are they going to buy the toys? No, they're just going to laugh at you. They're imagining you sitting in the theater, shitting your pants and peeing your pants at the same time, and probably vomiting. Like you're excreting out of every orifice at once, like a pinwheel spinning around on the floor. Just that's what they're hoping for as you have to endure your worst nightmare, which is just simply being exposed to people of color and gays and women. And they're like, and so this is what they say about that. Black Ariel, black female Bond, female Thor. Here for the racist, misogynist tears. Tastes like honey, they do. Sweet. So this person just can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Your delivery was spot on.
Thank you. There's more. Don't worry, Jeff. There's more. I don't even give a shit about James Bond. I just like to see racist and misogynist cry. Okay? So again, this is what this is all about. This person just comes out and says it. They're not even pretending like this is something good that they're happy about, that they're proud of for honest reasons. They don't care about James Bond. They don't care. It's like they're daring you at this point to say anything. Like, look at this. Look at Lashana Lynch. Look at this face. Look at this faccia de bruta here. You know what she's saying here? Look at this little upturned smirk. She's saying, go ahead, asshole. Say something about my eyebrows. That's what she's saying. She's like, I dare you. Say some shit about my eyebrows. Say something about the fact that I'm not wearing any makeup. Go ahead. Call me a man. See what happens to you. And that's what this is. These are all agent provocateurs of the SJW NPC culture. That is exactly what's going on here. They all know what they're doing. They made a list. They checked it twice. Everything that you love as a member of the patriarchy, they're sending these bitches in to destroy. And then they're going to laugh about it as they imagine you shitting your pants. I don't even give a shit about James Bond. I just like seeing racist and misogynist cry. What do you think, Jeff? Am I making a good point here? Is this a good argument?
You are. This person is full of shit. But yeah, you are making a good point because I guess popular culture is a reflection of culture, and culture is shit right now. So this all makes sense that this is, what goes on. But these people, man, companies want to make money. This audience does not buy or has no money to buy anything. So
that is correct. And that, you know what? I don't even know if the companies care. I don't know. Like, I see this and I go, look at this. And I go, this is the end result of what you're doing. You are appeasing these people here. These people are not customers. These people are couch surfing, blue-haired, stinky hobos. They don't have any money. They don't have jobs, and they don't like the things that you like. They don't like escapist fantasy. So we go through these. As much as I think it's ridiculous having a woman play James Bond, it's going to be fantastic to see all the closet racist, sexist guys losing their shit. If a white man played a black woman, hashtag James Bond. All right. This person here. Racist freaks were pissed about Ariel. Wait till they get a load of this. They're going to shit themselves. Lashana Lynch will be introduced to Bond 25 audiences as the new 007. See, more of this idea of you defecating your pants, Jeff.
Why are they obsessed with that? I mean, did they not get like enough love as children, or are they still in diapers? Are they just... Yeah, it's like they're just crying out, change me. I pooped myself, but I'm too embarrassed to say it. Is that what they're doing? Is that why they're all obsessed with this?
They really want you to poop. They really want you to poop. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know why they want me to poop so bad. Racist and sexist fans are going to be shaken and stirred. All right, this person here. I hope this is true because it's awesome. And watching white racist trolls on Twitter lose their shit again is going to be quite a thing. First, Ariel, now Bond. Us black people and POC POC in general aren't letting racists breathe. And I'm all for that. Looks like this person suffocated mid-sentence.
Good.
I mean, what is this? Why is this going on? Why is this going on? Jeremy Peterson in the chat points out that everybody poops. People poop too.
Okay, this makes sense. This is starting to make sense. I've had a theory for a while that like there's some sort of alien SJW cult that has taken over Hollywood. And you've got people like J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson and all these crazy people that are involved and in charge. And they send out these little actors. And you can tell that they're part of this little alien pod people cult because they have that blank expression on their face. Like Brie Larson and like Lashana Lynch and some of them still look halfway decent, but they have that message and they're out there, you're a white male, and I think that it's spreading. I think that they're spreading their little alien cult seed into these really stupid people, and the ones that are taking over are obsessed with people pooping because maybe they don't anymore once they've been assimilated or whatever. I don't know.
I think they poop twice as much. I think they poop 3 times as much. It's just they do it on Twitter. I mean, this is bullshit.
Well, it is verbal diarrhea. Yeah, you're right about that.
Does this mean the Bond villain will be a racist and sexist for trying to kill Bond? Here we go. Now, this person here, this is amazing. Firstly, Ian Fleming was a sexist, homophobic racist, so I couldn't care less if we show him disrespect. Secondly, this is why adaptations exist. Why would it matter if Sherlock or James Bond was a POC or transgender? Their stories don't revolve around the fact they're men.
What?
I don't know.
Is that a real tweet?
That's a real tweet.
The story does not revolve around the fact that he's dicking women around the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy says the current Bond rumor is that Lashana Lynch is going to be the new 007, not the new James Bond, and the racist, sexist man babies are already crying. The Bond franchise needs new blood, and I think Lashana will be amazing, and put them to shame. Noel Clark, you should direct. Who's Noel Clark? That came out of nowhere. This guy goes, wow, this is aggressive right here, and you could see by if you can't really see his face here, but he's a mommy's little darling here. He says, not only did wait, that's not the right voice.
Not only did the people who make Bond movies say fuck you directly to racists by casting a black actor, but they took a shot at misogynist, sexist fucks too. And I'm here to say something. My Bond is gonna be black. Be fucking mad, you sad cunts.
You're not even gonna see the movie. You know that.
By the way, yeah, call me up. Voice actor.
I was just about to say you have another career as a voice actor waiting on you after all this.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I really do. You know, me and Vic, we're like this at this point. You know, it's like I understand where he's coming from, his art form, and I respect it. There's more. There's a lot more here. These guys go on and on and on. These people, these crazy people, go on and on and on. Bond is about to be a black woman, and I totally support this. Just for the dumbass reaction from white dudes. Watch how triggered people get over nothing. And this person goes, this seems to be really upsetting pitiful little racists today. When they aren't whining about the notion of a made-up MI6 officer in ludicrous James Bond films being dark-skinned or having ovaries. Short, balding loser thinks he's mad about The Little Mermaid. Wait till he finds out that James Bond is now a black woman. LOL! I can't wait to taste the tears of these racists. All the racists and male chauvinists reading this right now and having a full meltdown. Reports suggest Lashana Lynch's character. Okay. 007 is simply a code number assigned to Bond to represent him on missions. I can live on past him. Please stop exposing yourself as both a fake fan and a racist. This person here. James Bond is a black woman. First Ariel and then this. The racists must be losing their shit. This is amazing. I had to pull back from the microphone for that one. You know, Data Racer works really hard pulling these together. And I only read them all. You know, the rules of comedy kind of suggest that one page of these are enough. But Data Racer really worked hard pulling these together. And even though they're redundant, they say the same thing over and over again. It's just like out of respect for him and out of respect for the fact that we're trying to drive the point home. I will read them all. NPCs all say the same thing.
They do. They do. It's the same thing over and over again.
Not one original thought in any of their empty little soy-based heads.
And they make it up when you don't even say anything, too. They make it up. They're like, oh yes, you're racist, you're sexist, whatever. Yeah. So like I got into it with one of these assholes too the other day, where all I said was that she had the look of a confused fast food worker that shows up to work because the guy in the grill sells her dope. That I'm not quite here look, right? That has nothing to do with the color of their skin. And this Trek vs. Seth guy was like on my Twitter saying, oh, you can pretend that this never happened, but it did. I'm like, what? I made a statement about a woman who has the eyes that look like she's stoned or not there. It has nothing to do with the color of her skin. And they like imagine racism when there is none. They're crazy, these people.
Well, yes. And everything that they do is in the hopes, they use race. Everything that they do is in the hopes that they're going to overturn a rock and find a bunch of racists. But really the truth is they're just destroying things that they didn't build. And they're doing it just to get petty little soy-based revenge on people that they don't like on Twitter. And that's this is what's the cost of that? What is the price of that? James Bond is the cost of that. That whole franchise, millions and millions of dollars. You dummies in Hollywood, are you looking at these people? I want you to take a long, hard look, scroll through, click on these people's avatars and just look at them. Realize that you're making them happy and they're not giving you anything in return. They're not giving you their $18. Is that how much it costs to go to the movies? What's it?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. They're not giving you their $18. All they're doing is going, yeah, fuck you, paying audience. Fuck you.
These
You
people
guys,
remind me. Don't they remind you of like the women who go through their husband's phone, right? And just looking for like, oh, you talk to a woman, you're cheating on me. Just any little drop of shred of evidence. Like I
is there
didn't
something you want
say.
to tell us, Micah? I mean,
No, that's what they look like. That's what they remind me of. These crazy people. Like, no, I've never been that bad. I promise. But that's what they like. I'm trying to remember. Like I've seen this before on Dr. Phil, and I
yeah,
wanted to punch those people then. Like, what's wrong with them?
100%. Cranky David PhD says, "Oh snap! This looks fun." In the meantime, the racist and misogynist heads exploding will be a wonder to behold. Outrage over future Bond films is always great because A, even the most passionate fan thinks maybe half of them are good, and B, Ian Fleming was a racist, so fuck him.
Did
I
he
mean,
know Ian Fleming personally?
I probably not. I don't know if
Because he died in 1964, and that dude clearly didn't know that or who Ian Fleming was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So fuck him. He was a racist. If white people went mental over a black actress playing Ariel the Mermaid, then they're going to lose their shit. Again, everything is about poop. Lose their shit when they hear about the new Bond. Cry in the corner, you racists and misogynists. God, pat everybody on that. Pat each other on the back. This is really wonderful. Great job. So what do you think of this so far, Jeff?
well, James Bond's my favorite movie character, so of course I love this. No, it's annoying, to be honest. It's like every couple years the argument has, well, since Daniel Craig's been James Bond, every year or so the argument comes up, it's time for this, it's time for that. Who determines when it's time for whatever arbitrary change that people on the internet are clamoring for? I know with Spider-Man, you can look this up. I don't know the exact piece of data, but like while Stanley was alive, it was some kind of edict that Peter Parker would remain white and straight or something. You can look it up online. There's a thing out there about it. And it's like with James Bond, why Bond? Because he's like the male fantasy. So you try to go for like the thing guys like the most. Because the weird thing too is James Bond's not even as popular as it used to be. Like if you would have done this in the peak popularity in the 90s, well, not peak popularity in the 90s, but like in the 90s when it returned, it would have been a different story. But now, as Bond's on its way out, they try to appeal to this audience that is not going to show up to your movie. Like it didn't work with Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who was a miserable failure. Why couldn't they just, why does it have to be 007? Just make her like 36 double D. That would be cool. I'm
wrong
Agent
actress.
36 double D. Yeah,
It's like they're just taking away his balls again with his number. Oh, your number is your testicles. Here you go, Lashana Lynch. You know, oh, Thor, your hammer is your dick. Here you go, Natalie Portman. Like, stop. What do you have against the male genitalia, Hollywood? What did they do to you? Where did they touch you? Actually, we know it's the casting couch. Harvey Weinstein, is this your fault?
Yeah, I don't know. The truth of the matter is, we have we talk about this a lot on my channel, and I talk about it over and over again because it's important that people understand. Most normal people, okay, do not understand what SJWs are. They just sense that there's something really mentally ill going on in Hollywood, and in comic books and in video games. And in everything, on television, they're just like, something's wrong. Something's really weird. And they call it PC culture, but they don't understand why it's happening. And here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have something precious, if you have a hobby that you admire, that you love, that you enjoy, a favorite film franchise, just be wary of this. You just heard a bunch of weirdos say that Ian Fleming was a racist sexist. Okay, that's how this all starts. It starts out with SJWs, creeps with facial piercings, colorful hair. They're either endomorphs or ectomorphs. They're either really, really skinny or really, really fat. And they sit there and they say, this thing that you love, this hobby that you love that I don't really care about, well, it's racist, or it's sexist, or it's homophobic, or it's transphobic, or it's agoraphobic, which means it doesn't like to leave the house.
Those people don't like to leave the house.
Yeah, exactly. Those people are agoraphobes. And so and then you as a normal person, you don't want to be any of those things. I mean, I do, but you don't. And so you're just like, oh my goodness, like, what can we do to make this less sexist, racist, agoraphobic, and Islamophobic? And they say, why don't you let us in to fix it? And so you start hiring all of these individuals, all of these weirdos, you start letting them in, and they come in and start to make changes. They join, they come into your office, or you hire them at a comic book company, or you hire them to write, to punch up a script in Hollywood. You do anything like that, and they immediately start making ridiculous identity politic-based changes. Now, you are trapped, because you've already admitted by hiring these people, by letting these people in, that you agree that the thing that you loved, Ian Fleming, for example, is racist and sexist. So you are hogtied. Have you ever seen what a person looks like when they're hogtied? I mean, it's...
Yeah. Well, porn, but yeah. not like in person, but yeah.
A little too often. I've seen it. Usually when my wife's away on the internet. Maybe I said too much. All right, so that's what they've hogtied you. They've hogtied you. You can't fight these people now because you've admitted that you're everything that they accused you of being. And then what happens is the customers, the fans who have always supported James Bond, they bought everything James Bond. They buy the books. They love Ian Fleming. They go to all the movies. These people start to see what these weirdos that you've hired have done to the franchise, and they rebel. And then other people call them shit babies and piss babies, pooping their diapers, and man babies, and racist and sexist. And that what happens is the fans just kind of go, I don't like this anymore. Maybe I don't like this. And they leave. They stop coming and becoming customers of your product, of your franchise, of the thing, of the hobby, of the thing. They stop buying it. And then you're stuck going, what do I do now? And the SJWs, now that they've hollowed out everything that they've infested, they hollow it out like termites, like tapeworms. And then you kind of go, well, now what? And they go, well, fuck, Ian Fleming was a racist anyway. And so were your fans. See ya. We're going to go fuck up Pokemon.
I think that'd be a bad one for them because those Pokemon kids are extreme.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they will succumb to the same poisonous thing. This is exactly what happens every single time. Now, part of what I do is I'm fighting this on two fronts personally. I consider myself to be a culture warrior. I've invested my life in fighting these SJWs in comic books and in Star Wars, because they are big time in Star Wars. But Star Wars is so fragile right now. It's kind of fun to watch Star Wars teeter-tottering here. As people like Rian Johnson destroy it and cost them tens of millions of dollars. Comic books is different. Comic books is almost dead. But it's like, when it comes to Comicsgate, like, I just consider it my thing to preserve something of comics. So we're making our own comics. We're trying to set up our own industry aside from Marvel and DC that is completely SJW free. But I mean, it's got to be frustrating. These people are everywhere. These people come in at this point, and with the Me Too movement, Believe Women, all of these weapons that they have in their arsenal, they are destroying. They're laying waste to everything. And if you get in their way, they destroy things. They destroy people just to show how powerful they are, Jeff.
I know. Believe me. What was it, the Andy Signor thing that came out today?
I'm glad you brought that up. Honest Trailers creator Andy Signor accused of sexual abuse. Do you remember this?
I do.
Okay, I remember it too, and I believed it because I believe women.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to. Like, nobody wants to think that some woman is being victimized. We don't hate women as much as they hate us, or the women hate the. I always say like us, like I'm one of the guys. We don't hate people like they hate all of us guys, right?
I don't know. I'm getting there, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
some of them, like the Mary Sue writers, I can't stand. But
I mean, frankly, Honest Trailers creator Andy Signori. Signor?
Yeah, Signor.
Signor. That's weird. His name is Ignore. Andy's Ignore. Andy Signor. Accused of sexual abuse. Look at him. Look at this picture they chose of him. He looks like he'd sexually abuse people. Why isn't he smiling in this picture? I guess it would be worse if he was smiling. Like, you know what I mean? You get a nice, sunny, happy picture of him, big grin, accused of sexual abuse, and he's like, hell yeah, sunshine day. That'd be worse.
Well, then he'd look like Ted Bundy, like smiling, and all the women would be like, "Oh, please come in." Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ted Bundy was a charming man. You know, he couldn't have done the work that he did if it wasn't for how charming he was. You have to admire that. Honest Trailers creator Andy Signora sues Defy Media over reckless firing. So this was shortly thereafter, like a year later, he decides to sue them because he was fired. Now, what happened? I remember hearing about this and hearing about this guy who was being protected by his friends because he was out there recklessly inserting objects into women against their will. You know, I don't know how you do that, honestly.
You can't unless, you know, they're pretty much, they would have to be like already in the act.
Yeah, it would be hard, like to just like, hey, stop, ow, no. Like, you know, at the supermarket, you know, that's what I'm saying. But if anybody could do it like this guy could, you could see, look at the furrowed brow, look at him. He looks like, this is a hell of a picture. That's a hell of a photograph to attach to an article like this, frankly. So we go on here. This guy was accused of sexual assault from a woman today, or was it yesterday? He kicked ass. I don't know how he did this. I guess he deleted these tweets. Text back and forth with his accuser. And he was able to recover them. He must have got the phone company involved. I don't know how he did this, but because I'm a boomer. How did he do this, Mecca? You're younger than me.
Oh, I'm not that much younger. I have no idea.
You can just go there and request.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah.
Well, I think the story was, and I could be wrong here. This is just what my wife said. What's the deal with this? And sometimes I just make things up when I'm trying to explain things to my wife, so she thinks I'm smarter than I am. You know what I mean? Like she's like, so what is this? And I go, well, like, you know, yeah. And I give her a good story, and then she's like, oh, okay. But you could see it in her eye that she's not buying it. But I said to her, I think Andy was married. And the problem wasn't that he sexually assaulted this woman. The problem was that he cheated on his wife. And so that's why he was put in an awkward position. Like he's sitting there juggling the revelation that he was untrue to his spouse, which is first and foremost the biggest problem in his life. He's going to lose his wife. And I think he had a kid. I've made that up too. Did he have any kids?
I don't know if he had kids. I know he was married though.
Yeah, he was.
So that was the first thing. And then, you know, the second thing is, am I a rapist? You know, it's like, that's going to get clipped. God damn it.
We got to be careful all the time, all of us.
Yeah, I know. That's going to, oh man. So, in any case, here he is, after, of course, his marriage, I believe, ended. Okay. It would have ended. He went and he found the texts, and the text proved that he was innocent. And the texts go like this. This is him talking. Okay. And then this is her. Did you have fun? And she says, yeah, it was incredible. Max was insane. Spencer is always a treat. And after talking with Alicia, I actually really like her. And he says, see, she's great. And then he says, God, I wanted to fuck you so bad this entire show. That's kind of you know what I mean?
Clearly he's not as hot for his wife anymore, and he's hot for this, you know.
Yeah, but it's hard. That's a rough transition. I don't know if I would go from there to there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, how much time passed?
4 minutes? I don't know.
No, 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds.
No,
okay.
no, less than that. 13 seconds. So let me repeat this. This is the conversation, and I want you guys to see if it makes sense to you. Did you have fun? Yeah, it was really fun. Max was insane. Spencer's always a treat. And after talking with Alicia, I actually really like her. And he says, see, she's really great. 12 seconds later, God, I wanted to fuck you that so bad the entire show.
I mean, I've gotten kind of disjointed on messages sometimes, but it's possible.
He said, and she says, yeah, it was slightly distracting. Haha. Like what was?
So is Alicia his wife then?
No, Alicia. Okay, so I used to watch Screen Junkies like constantly, and I hate all these people equally, but no, this is some redheaded woman with an Australian accent, and she's really
she is awful, dude. I
All
just
she does is talk about Oscar-winning movies, and that makes them the greatest things ever. Like they won an Oscar. My arguments, that's
Here
it.
she
Brie
is, by
Larson
the
won
way.
an Oscar. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything.
This is the accuser in question, just so you can put this into context.
She looks like a 12-year-old.
What is this? Whenever I see people with their mouth open just in a picture, I imagine the noise they're making. Like, it's never words. They're never saying anything. They're just kind of excreting a sound. They're screeching. This person is saying, like this.
External reeing.
Yeah. Like that's the noise coming out of that mouth hole. It's just, and then she, like this is just, I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Well, clearly her arms are so strong and spindly. She needs Thor's hammer, right?
Yeah, she does. And then these are pixelated pictures, and if you blur your eyes, you can see nipple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think. Let me blur my eyes. What in God's holy name is this?
The bottom one is her. That's like her head is in the very top, and then that's her chest, and then her stomach below that.
That's
what the bottom one is. I can't tell what the top one is.
Mecca, I was looking at it the other way. I was thinking I was looking at it the other way. Honestly, I thought it was like never mind. All right, so let's go backwards here. Thank you, Mecca. You like saved my life by pointing that out, and that's what this is too. If you look at this, that's a hand.
Yeah.
Now I've been trained because of what's his name, the dude with the nose who took pictures of his wang.
Anthony Weiner?
No, not that's another dude with the nose who took pictures of his wang. I mean, more recently on the YouTuber.
Oh yeah, Jared.
Jared. Yeah. Now that Jared has exposed himself, I kind of see like what people said, like you send people nudes. You cut off the top of your face, like that's what this is. That is the hand, that's the belly, and then this is undercarriage here. This is under boob, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Because this is exactly what Pro Jared was doing. He took this same exact picture, except
in drag,
he's a man.
Right? Yeah. Didn't he take it as the Sailor Moon or something?
Oh my God, did he?
Yes. I saw that picture
at all.
I didn't cover that story either, Jeff. I didn't.
Like, it doesn't really fit my channel.
No.
Well, I did a live stream laughing at his sub count dropping, but that was about as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
Do.
Did he cross under 800,000 yet?
He lost 1 million easily. But,
yeah. Brutal.
Yeah.
All right, so blur your eyes at these if you want to, but you don't really. I'd rather blur my eyes at these, frankly, the first two than this one. All right, so let's go back and let's look at the. Now that you've got context for this, so this is the guy right here. God, I wanted to fuck you so bad. And then this is. Yeah, it was kind of distracting. Okay, so let's go back here. You could tell. Am I going to do this to Andy? I'm like, no, Andy's innocent. I'm not going to do this to Andy. She goes, he said, you could tell? And well, tell what? It was slightly distracting. You mean in his pants? He's like, you could tell? You could see it? She says, no, I mean, I was thinking about it too, LOL. So there you go. She was thinking about it. Now, he says, gonna leave soon. Maybe be there at 4:20. He's going to smoke. He's talking about weed. He's talking about smoking weed. Yes. She says, see you then. He says, sorry, got held up. Leaving now. She's like, okay. He goes, on my way. And then he says, you excited? She says, no, LOL. And then he says, no, LOL. She says, sorry, yes. Here, what number again? And then she gives him 1273. Now that's the hotel room from The Shining, isn't it?
Is
it?
Is it? I don't remember the exact number.
That is the hotel room from The Shining where the naked lady was in the bathtub.
Ew, is this lady gonna like deteriorate after she banged Andy Signore?
Oh no, people are saying it's just 237, not 12. Okay, you can see where I made a mistake.
Same numbers though.
Yeah, she gave him. Apparently, this is a hotel room number, so that's serious business, right? I mean, all right. So he goes, here, there are three series of texts, and you're going to have to bear with me because they prove some innocence. He says, God, so mad I couldn't make time to see you tomorrow. I mean, today. What? See, that's the problem. He spoke in past tense about the future. I couldn't make time to see you tomorrow. I mean, today. He corrects himself. I will make sure to see you tomorrow sometime later in the afternoon after the show. Now I'm all scrambled. My tenses are all screwed up. And she says, will you have a while tomorrow? And then he says, how bad did you want to fuck me today? I want to fuck me so bad.
Buffalo Bill.
Sorry.
I don't know how to talk to people anymore. I think I'm doing it wrong.
I think you're broken.
Like I don't know how to do it because this isn't how I talk to people. You know, I don't. I mean, like I did okay. I didn't, when I was single, I did okay. I didn't do that great, but maybe it's because I never interrupted a conversation about a picnic with, how bad did you want to fuck me today? I never did that ever.
You did your 20s wrong, Ethan.
Oh my God, did I ever? I wasted my 20s. What was I doing? I was drawing like Cyber Frog.
To be fair,
it paid off.
Yeah, to be fair, we didn't have the cell phones were just kind of becoming a thing that people had back then, and a lot of people didn't have text messaging yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you call people on the phone. I mean,
yeah,
I could call up a girl and be like, hello, and she'd be like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, how bad did you want to fuck me today? Like, I could have done that on the phone.
It worked out in your favor in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was a simpler time.
Tuck it in, tuck it between, Look at the basket. Okay. She says, I really wanted it. I made sure to leave the park early so I could be here for you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She goes, it's okay. Stuff happens. Nothing happened that day. She writes to him another time. She says, P.S. I changed my Twitter name. LOL. He says, yay. Haha. What's the new one? She says, April 13 Dawn. First name, birthday, middle name. He says, makes you sound 13. LOL.
And it got weird.
Yeah, we should stop.
Okay. Was Jurassic April taken? LOL. She says, oh my God, is that what it should be? LOL. I need ideas then. He says, haha, or just your name works. She says, April O'Donnell 13. And then she says, how is my full name and birthday better than my first and middle name with my birthday? Haha. And then again, no, she says, will you be visiting tonight? He says, sorry, no, I can't. And he says, work fucked me. And she said, just heading home, or he said, just heading home now. So bummed. And she says, oh, I'm supposed to be the one fucking you, with a frowny face. Okay. So that's a big deal. She's admitting that they're in a sexual relationship. This is a woman who basically said that this man was raping her with objects. So he says, should we go on with this, or is this too disgusting? I feel like I feel slimy reading this. He says, fuck April, LOL. She says, what? LOL. Then he says, you're incredible. That was really nice. And she says, I agree. I wish you could have stayed longer. I would have done Netflix and chill. He says, I know, me too. And she says, come back for round 2, LOL. Okay. So there you go. So that's evidence that they were in a consensual, right?
Yeah, she was clearly into him for sure.
Right.
She keeps like, come back for more. I hate it when these girls are like, oh, I changed my mind after the fact, so now I'm going to smear you.
Yeah. Well, or look at that. Anyway, these are nudes, and if you can, we already looked at these quickly, and a lot of people are sterile now in our audience. I'm sorry for that, but it says from her name, and then subject bread. Why is it bread? I don't want to know that. But she was sending him nudes.
I
I
don't
had
know.
an answer, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah. They get it in the chat. They know.
Okay, good.
Really? What is it? They get it in the chat? What did I miss?
If you don't know, don't ask.
I don't want. I don't want. I was raised. I'm a good Mormon boy. I don't want to know any of this.
Yeah, don't.
You know. I mean, all right. So this is. In any case, I think this is. This is her now. For some reason, she's turned on him, and these are the accusations. She says a more detailed statement on the harassment I received from Andy Signor. Imagine this, guys. Stay away from women. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is psychotic. Like, this is crazy. We just read their relationship. Over the past 2 months, I've been talking with Screen Junkies, human resources, of course. We talk about SJWs and human resources all the time. And she, by the way, she's a great big SJW. If you read her Twitter account, it's all like, we are so blessed to have Rian Johnson with Star Wars. She says stuff like that.
So she's an idiot.
Yes, she's an SJW. Ugh. She says, I've been, talking with the Screen Junkies HR department after Andy Signor tried to sexually assault me on multiple occasions. I did what I believed to be the right thing, and I trusted the company to do something, considering 2 other women also came forward with me. Where are they? The HR company continued to not take me seriously and only had Andy's interest in mind. He threatened my boyfriend's job security, saying he would fire him if I told anyone. This has been the hardest time of my life, but I'm coming forward in the hopes that no other women will have to be subject to this kind of treatment. He took out sex toys and tried to force them in me, took pictures of me without my permission, and promised a position at Screen Junkies for sexual favors.
I don't know what to say to that one. Like, no winner.
Come work for my YouTube channel. It's just going to cost you some sex, your dignity. Come work for Screen Junkies. She says, I hope this encourages more women to come forward because I believe you. And this is the language that they use, This is come forward, women. I believe you. And here she is again. He tried to force himself on me, and I've been in talks with their HR for the past 2 months, but all they've done is protect him. And then Defy Media says, Defy Media and Screen Junkies have today terminated Andy Signor's employment, effective immediately. There is simply no justification for this egregious and intolerable behavior. Can you imagine this? I don't like, it's infuriating. Like, think about, first of all, I read this and I was like, damn, this guy's a dick, because there were a few other occasions where some individuals actually admitted. Do you remember that guy? Who was that guy who?
Well, isn't it all of the there's like a lot of them coming out of what are they? Yogscast that actually did some pretty horrible things, right? Like some of those guys actually did. I'm hearing. I think I heard something. Some of the Yogscast guys or some of the people there. I saw it on the Quartering not too long ago, but.
Well, it's like, when you see this, you go, oh, damn, and like, he's not. So in August, Defy's HR team was made aware of allegations made against Andy, at which time an investigation was launched. On Friday, new information became available, and the scope and magnitude of his inappropriate actions became apparent. We are acting swiftly to address the concerns of the people affected. The SJWs just destroy people's lives. And that going forward, our community is free of harassment or discrimination of any kind. Our Screen Junkies colleagues and freelancers are a team of remarkable creators. Are they?
No, they're not. They suck.
Yeah, they aren't that good. Serving loyal fans, and we will support and protect them. If anyone else is aware of behavior of this type, we would encourage them to bring it to our attention. And then here come the helpful tips. Here's how to destroy someone. When talking to a sexual assault victim, don't tag them in posts with their assaulter. If you don't know the person, don't start a conversation off by talking about their assault. Don't look at them like they're broken. They're stronger than you think. Oh, shameful. Jeff, what do you think of this? Are you mad or are you bored?
I'm not okay. So actually, I'm glad you brought this up because I don't like this guy. I used to watch his show and I thought he sucked as a judge. He was very terrible. But like a Chris Hardwick, when these allegations come out and the truth comes out, I mean, I'm more worried about like the truth coming out than my dislike of him professionally. So I mean, this story is interesting. It's important because this is the climate we live in, especially with, all the stuff we do on the internet. So, this is what happened to Channel Awesome. This is what's happened to all these channels that fall apart, all these collectives. So always use these as a cautionary tale.
Like nerds who made it big in the early days of YouTube. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like the Pro Jareds and all of them seem to be falling apart.
Yeah. All right.
Because they're irrelevant. I think it's because they're irrelevant, a lot of these channels. I mean, how many of these channels that fall apart or whatever even get, look at like what some of these people are doing to Vic Mignogna. A lot of those are like Channel Awesome alum. Some of those people trying to get their names out there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's what do you think of this? Never give a nerd too much power later on in life. They're going to use it really poorly to extract revenge on the people that they believe beat them up in high school. What do you think of that?
I know I will.
Yeah. We got to make Mecca powerful right away. I can't wait to see that. So in any case, Andy Signore came forward and made a video, and he released all of this information finally. Okay. And people, of course, are pissed. And they believe men. And so she's had to come forward now. People are going, you're a dirty woman. You're a no good, dirty woman. They're saying to her.
Shame.
They're like, you're a stinky, no good, dirty woman.
Are you the bad guy from that fake movie in Home Alone now?
You dirty animal. So she's had to make a statement. Here's her statement. Moving forward, ... Oh my God. Oh, you belong in jail. She says, when I came forward a few years ago, I knew everything that was displayed in the video today could be made public. I decided to go forward regardless because I wanted to make sure no harm would come to any more women.
No, because she wanted revenge. She wanted revenge. She wanted to be a bitch about it, and she wanted revenge.
That's what it is?
I think so. And I don't know what she would even need revenge for.
That's a deep psychological quandary. I mean, we could really think about it and like go, well, it was obviously a power play of some sort, but why? Don't know. She says, I was ready then, and I'm ready now to take the hits, comments, or criticism you can throw at me, because at the end of the day, I know my truth, quote unquote, not the truth, my truth. Nobody who has ever told the truth, no honest person has ever used the phrase "my truth." Just point that out. Is that heavy, Jeff?
My truth is like what a crazy person writes on the walls on the inside of their padded room, right?
With poop.
Yes.
That they pooped because they're mad about Thor.
It all comes back full circle. Last week, it's the swimming pools. Now it's the padded cells.
Yeah, I've actually got some more evidence about that. We can get into that later if you want, about the mad jogging pooper. Who
What? Oh,
he's still on the run. He's the mad jogging pooper, and I think he's a good suspect. On NYPD Blue, Sipowicz used to say, I like him for that. And it wasn't that he liked him. It was that he believed that maybe he was guilty. I like him for that. So I like the mad pooper. Don't clip that. As the criminal behind the swimming pool poop phenomenon. And Mecca wasn't here for that.
No, I think I missed that. I might have been listening, and I might have got up to get something to eat or something during that.
Yeah. I discussed, we said goodbye to Jeremy. It was Jeremy's last show. And we said goodbye to Jeremy and then immediately moved into what I always wanted the show to be about, but Jeremy was stopping me. Wanted it to be about poop. And, and so far, most of today's show has been about poop.
Every topic.
Every topic. So
Andy Signore.
See, I have to shout out Anti-Trekker. I promised that I would, and his whole avatar is the poop emoji. So yeah, Anti-Trekker, we're not stealing anything from you, buddy. It's everybody poops, but
yes,
we love you.
All right. So in any case, her truth. She says, and what I did was right. I was a teenager and I made mistakes and I've had to live with them. I'm not giving any more of my time or energy to this. I'm moving on. By the way, what innocent person says they're moving on? I'm moving on. From my own mental health. Thanks to all those who continue to support me as I learn and grow. Holy shit. Go to jail. Go
She's
to
trying
jail.
to ruin somebody's life. Screw her.
She ruined a dude's life forever. There are going to be people who see him and think that he is a rapist because she got into an affair with a married man, and then he was powerful, I guess, in her eyes, and she tried to destroy him for what? Sympathy on Twitter? I mean, what is that? What it is? Is just sympathy points on Twitter? You get to be a victim?
Yeah.
that-
Apparently, like what else could she get from it? Maybe putting her own stupid name out there for a job or something. Like,
I'm
I
a
wouldn't
victim.
hire her.
You would hire her? Or
I would
wouldn't?
not. I would not hire her. I would never hire her. She needs, yeah, like we say, she needs to be in jail. This is illegal. What these people do.
I like her for the swimming pool pooper.
Well, we
do.
can't prove that she didn't do it, and that, according to SJW logic, means she's guilty.
Yeah.
We can't prove she didn't.
I bet I can prove she did. All right, let's keep looking here. Here's her being an SJW. This is who this woman is. You want to connect the pain that SJWs cause. She did it to just one individual. These, before I was showing you masses of SJWs fantasizing about making you miserable, an entire group of fans miserable.
They're going to cry and shit themselves when they see what we did to the thing that they love.
This is a woman who was doing it just to one guy, all right, and destroying one guy's life. And in the meantime, you can see what they all have in common. We don't deserve Ryan, someone who can joke about the trolls and always exudes positive energy and still has childlike wonder for a property that he got to be a part of. A part of. That's two words. When you say a part of, you're implying that he's been fired from his trilogy, which he fucking has. Nothing but respect. What I'm trying to say is that Jeff, is this a fair? If this is not a fair leap, I want you to stop me, okay? Because you keep me, you keep me from making unfair statements, and I appreciate that about you. You're a man of integrity.
Thank you.
So when I say that everyone who loves The Last Jedi, when I say that everyone who thinks Rian Johnson should be the Pope is a potential rape hoaxer, am I going too far?
You could call them crazy or an asshole or many things. I don't know if I would take it that far, but I don't know. On the internet, anything's possible.
I would go that far and further.
Oh,
I would. I don't think
what's further than that.
This. Me and a bunch of amazingly talented ladies helped compile a list of more than qualified directors who would be a great choice for a Star Wars project of their own. All right. The amount of defending myself and the other writers have had to do in this piece about not including white guys is ridiculous.
Is this work for them? Like, did somebody pay them to do this?
I don't know.
Because this is a waste of time.
100 women and people of color who could write and direct Star Wars. She wrote this article and she's like, I had to defend myself because I didn't, people are like, hey, why wouldn't you include white guys? She's like, that's ridiculous. Okay. White guys are for one thing, and that's accusing them of rape. And that's it. That's what they're for. They can't direct Star Wars. Everyone who directed Star Wars has been a white dude. Bring in some diversity. All right. Great big SJW. Here's more. Oh my God, dude. Why are they all the same? They do this on purpose. If you're sexist, racist, homophobe, or basically an asshole, don't buy this CD. I don't care if you like me. I hate you. And that's a quote from Kurt Cobain. It's crazy how much better taking a few days from the internet can feel. Not reading headlines of racism, abuse, sexism, bullying, and death. I'm not saying ignore it because these are real issues that need to be handled, but it's okay to step away and take a break from the fight. By the way, these are all of her tweets post destroying a man's life. So now she's, look at this, 199 likes, 6,437 followers. Look at her social media blowing up over this. For me personally, I found social media to be very harmful to my mental health. You don't say. Toxic fandoms, bullying, never being good enough for random strangers on the internet, looking at people who look like they have their life together while I'm still a mess. It's okay to take a break. I really need to stop wasting my emotions on someone who doesn't care and save all my feelings for Star Wars.
Wait,
And we
did she
have
really say
another.
that?
What?
Oh my god! Sorry, I looked away for a brief moment.
Yeah, she did say that.
Save all my feelings for Star Wars.
This was right. The
Oh.
15th. That's right when
Force Awakens came out. She was one of those people. Okay.
And we have another one. Horrifying. Please believe women. We have nothing to gain from this. 6,437 followers. Thank you for coming forward. I stand with you. And then this. Brie Larson is perfect. Do you understand? They're all the same. It's like you can't just, if you're an SJW, you can't just go, yeah, Brie Larson's cool, or she's not that good, I don't like her. It's, oh my god, she's awesome. It's Brie Larson, it's Ryan Johnson. Now it's going to be Natalie Portman. Get ready. These are just NPCs. They have to talk about these people. Natalie Portman wielding Mjolnir is too much for my heart to handle. This casting emanates big dick energy.
It's too much for our arms to handle too, sweetie.
I know. When I think my family is dysfunctional, I remember Star Wars is just about the Skywalkers screwing up the whole galaxy with their issues.
That sounds like she hates Star Wars.
Is that what it was about? I missed that.
Yeah. Maybe we saw different movies.
Yeah. I've watched so many toxic people in the film community quote tweet this post to try to push their agenda. I love Brie Larson. I love this movie was made. Please go see it for yourself. The way people have been conducting themselves with this movie has made me sick.
She would love Brie Larson, wouldn't she?
And well, no, of course. And then here, got my screening invite for Solo, a Star Wars story. And see, because he's pansexual. And then she looks at the trailer, the horrible trailer. Is there a new trailer yet for Star Wars?
No.
What is going on? They didn't put out a new trailer for San Diego Comic-Con?
No.
Jesus.
And DC backed out too.
Yeah, DC Comics wasn't really there, were they?
No.
Orgasms. That's doing a backflip over the TIE fighter. And here she is. And what's up with her teeth? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, she looks like she's like a 13-year-old little bratty kid.
Does she have braces? Never mind. Sorry. In any case, absolutely terrible. So this horrible person, this SJW, and SJWs are all the same. SJWs destroy. They destroy individuals. They destroy franchises. They destroy prosperity. That's what they do. They do it because they're mentally ill. They're unhappy. Something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with their penises and their vaginas.
Well, they're too clearly obsessed with pooping and peeing themselves or something, or laughing at us doing it, apparently.
Yeah, like making us do it.
See, I think they're just alien. This brings me back to my theory. They might be just aliens who need our tears to survive. That's why they have all those fanboy tear mugs.
Yeah. Hey, Art T. Bear's in the chat. Hey, Art. Said did a shout out to a pal in the chat. Yeah, it's all this, I'm drinking your tears. This is the thing. When I get what I want, I celebrate. I don't even think about SJWs. I don't think about the people that I may have crushed. Is that worse or better?
I think it's better. Like I always say, we never go to them. I don't go and stalk the channels of the stuff that I love. When they make something that, oh, I hate this thing that you love. I don't stalk them. I don't go to them. I don't harass or bully or try and debate or try and change their mind or preach. That's one of the big things. Don't try and preach to me. Like, what are you trying to convert me to your religion? Like, you're just here to fight and preach and bully and knock us down. Like, I don't get why they have to bother with us. Let us be over here in our own little corner of the world, laughing at idiots like you, like you crazy SJW people.
Most certainly. I really don't understand. I really don't understand why they can't just be happy for me.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be happy in general.
Yeah. Well, they can, they're miserable and they want to spread misery, and that's why I wonder if it has something to do with their genitals, because they're always thinking about our genitals, and they're always thinking, and they're trying to show. Mecca, somebody sent me a picture of their anus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who did that?
A guy named Robbie Rodriguez. He was he was what's that woman's name from Gamergate?
Oh,
Zoe Quinn?
Zoe Quinn. He was Zoe Quinn's artist on her horrible comic book. And he sent me a picture of his anus. And I didn't ask for it,
No one really does, but
I'm sure some people do, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's the thing. That's one of the things I always say is, like, if your gender is your only important thing about you, if that's your entire identity, why not take a picture of your genitals and put that as your profile picture, so that nobody's confused about what gender pronoun we have to call you. You don't have to put your pronoun in there, just that's your picture. That's your entire identity. Why do we need a face? Why do we need any other likes? It's just, what is between your legs.
I would really appreciate it.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to read some super chats, and I'm going to try to stop thinking about poop and anuses and SJWs in general. Do you guys mind?
No.
Stephanie T says you were scared. I was scared. Why you would it was on Twitter. It was like, "Hello, Ethan, I'm a big fan," and that was sarcasm. That was the worst part about it. It was hurtful. Didn't mean it. He didn't mean he was a big fan. Like, I've never had a big fan show me their butthole before on Twitter. That's not what fans do. Like, fans usually, they'll draw pictures of Cyberfrog. I'm like, oh, you are a big fan. You drew Cyberfrog. Thank you. I've never had a big fan just, show me any orifice before, really.
At least it wasn't at a Comic-Con in person. You didn't have to experience it firsthand.
Right.
Because I think that would be much more devastating. Some dude's like, "Hello, Ethan," and then drops his pants.
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that at all. I would be very, very angry.
I would too.
Maybe it was a picture of his face. I mean, a lot of these people just talk out of their asses anyway.
That is, you might have been right about that. It could have been. You know what was the worst part about it?
Oh no, what?
I don't know if I can say this.
I'm scared.
Should I say this? Because it took me a while to realize what it was. You know what I mean? But once I realized what it was, you know what my first thought was?
What?
He waxes down there. It's not funny, Jeff.
It's pretty damn funny, Ethan.
Hashtag me too. Okay.
Maybe he just found a random one online that looked nice. I guess. I mean, do they? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't know, and I don't care to speculate. I'm going to read super chats. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sending me all of these donations. I mean, this is the thing. People say, well, yeah, but if you act like a victim, you get money. I didn't know that. Well, I acted like a victim all night, and people sent me money. It works.
Yeah, why not, right?
It works. Silence. Jonathan Hurst says, glad to see the show is on. Thanks, Uncle E. It's my pleasure. I couldn't, we had to do this. I'm just having trouble because I really don't have internet. And that whole thing that you got, entire thing that you guys just listened to me do, that was me vamping while I waited for my internet to call up the super chats. Jeff, that's how, I'm a professional. I'm really good at what I do. You guys didn't know that. You're like, wow, Ethan's doing a pretty good comedy bit. It's interesting, and I'm compelled to listen. But you know what I was doing? I was like, oh, please, internet, please let the super chat page come up. What do you think of that, Jeff?
You are a very talented person at multitasking.
Absolutely.
I've waited all my life to hear you say that.
Yeah, before I was even born, you were waiting. You're like, one day, some guy in Ohio will compliment me.
All right. So Tim Collins says, "Elegant elephant 5XL man." That's not nice. Jake Foley says, "Cut E some slack. His internet connection right now consists of 2 tin cans and a string." Yeah, I mean, I'm having a bad time. I got to be honest with you. It sucks to be without internet. I'm still trying to upload a 20-minute video that I made at 9 a.m. I'm trying to get it uploaded, and it's a pain in the ass. Jake Foley says, "Everyone hit join. I want to be the only gray name left. Also, welcome Mecha Random."
Oh, thank you.
Jeff, have you opened up your channel to memberships yet?
YouTube has not opened up my channel to memberships yet, so that is
Okay.
I'm waiting on them.
Well, I opened up mine, Mecha. You know.
Yeah, I see that you have all the cool emojis. I have some old emojis from when I first I was grandfathered in because I used to be a gaming channel, so I had it at like the 5,000 subscriber mark. So, but I've been adding to mine. I've got like my riding crop emoji. I've got my
Riding crop emoji.
oh, well, people are asking, turn on the camera. Okay, I'll turn on the camera. We're driving you crazy. That's the thing is the riding crop was smacking the flies, which are the SJWs, because they deserve it.
You
They do.
He's at a loss for words.
my goodness. I don't know what to say.
That's a new thing. I have theme music that usually when Rob and Tom from Midnight's Edge are on with me on streams and stuff, they pull up my theme music because.
And you have a whip, and you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have 3. I have 3 now. Is the new thing. So yeah, we've got the riding crop emoji. I've got the Hail Mecha, sort of my little robot logo, and what else do I have? I've got a Brie Larson emoji. It's a plank of wood. I have an NPC emoji.
Yeah. That is so sexy, that Mystery Science Theater poster behind you. I really like that. Are you a big
huge fan? I've got an autographed one up here.
You really? Who signed it?
Bill Corbett, Mary Jo Peele, Mike Nelson, Patrick Bransig, Kevin Murphy. Who else signed it? A lot of them. All of them.
All of them. Good. Yeah, I know Bill Corbett. I actually had him on the show once. I did an interview with him.
Oh, I love Mystery Science Theater. Huge fan of MST, Riff Tracks, all of it.
Oh my God, I have everything. Yeah, I'm a gigantic fan too. Love Mystery Science Theater. By the way, yesterday was the 60th anniversary of Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yes. Oh God, yes. I wanted to do something for it. I just didn't get around to it. But yeah,
is that movie in the public domain yet or no?
I think it is. I think so. I wish it wasn't. I wish he had kids that, could benefit from their father's illustrious career, but I don't think he ever had kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, couldn't we always do a stream of it since it's in the public domain?
Yeah, we could do a stream of it. I wouldn't mind doing it if you want to. That would be fun, actually. It's
like Night of the Living Dead. You have to like find the right version that doesn't have any sort of like copyright anything, because some of these versions, like, they'll have some sort of copy protection in there, and then they can get you.
Yeah, I don't know. Mystery Science Theater never did Plan 9 because they said it was too easy. It was a layup. I disagree. I think it's I don't know. I think they would have done a good job. The more I watch that movie, the more I think it's not a bad idea. Yeah. It's just poorly done.
Oh yeah, his movies were really well done. I mean, some of the Ed Wood movies were kind of really ahead of their time in a lot of ways. Glenn or Glenda, representation much, right? He's making a movie about himself in drag. Like, we had these sort of messages back in the 60s, There's so many good movies and just any B movies too that came out. I'm a huge B movie fan too, but yeah.
SJW. Was Ed Wood an SJW?
I think Ed Wood was like a normal person. I think he just liked everybody. He was just a guy who liked wearing dresses and making movies and hanging out with like weirdos like Tor Johnson and Vampira and all the awesome people.
He's a lot like me.
Exactly. He's like all of us. He's an inspiration.
I would wear an Angora sweater. I would. I was really thinking about it. I was like, Angora sweaters would be kind of cool, man. You could rock an Angora sweater in 2019, couldn't you? I mean, me, not you, Mecca. Of course you could, but me, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get one. How do I get a 5XL Angora? I mean, 2XL Angora sweater. That's what I'm concerned about. All right, so yeah, everybody do hit join. If you haven't become a member of this channel, please do. I'd really appreciate it. It's $4.99 a month. You're supporting this channel because it always gets demonetized. Whenever I talk about the feminists, YouTube demonetizes my videos, and I know you don't want me to stop. So if you would like to support this channel and its content, $4.99 a month, you get access to awesome emojis that make fun of Mike S. Miller. And also, your name turns green. You get a little soy boy button badge, and then I'm going to do private live streams just for fans only, where you guys can call me fat. I guess I don't know what you're going to do in the private.
You're going to regret all of this.
Yeah, it's like I feel like you guys do everything you want to do anyway to me. So yesterday they made me take off my pants, Jeff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they made you do the truffle shuffle.
No, they're like, you're. I said, they said, how, you know, I said, I wear size 36 jeans. And they said, you do not. And I said, I do. And so I took off my pants and I showed them the tag inside my, nobody's, you know, I mean, I was sitting down, the camera didn't, but I mean, I showed them my jeans. I took off my pants to prove that my jeans were size 36. And they still didn't believe me. They said it's a magic trick or something. These bastards. I hate my fans. Oh, that's gonna get clipped too. Damn it! I'm doing everything wrong tonight. Doing everything wrong. All right. Chappie says you should start an hour late every Tuesday. It'd make my life easier. Well, we could do that. You know, we don't have to, you know, start at 9. Darth Bobcat says Mecca would be a fun permanent host. We're definitely considering everyone. There are a lot of great people, and by the way, it doesn't just have to be 3 people. You know, it could be 4 people, it could be 5 people, not 5.
Yeah, 5's too many.
Yeah. Darth Pobcat says Mecca. Oh, I just read that one. Jake Foley says beware of outrage marketing. Blue Blood 71 says R.I.P. Jeremy, R.I.P. Thor. We'll never forget you.
Who?
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, yeah, Thor, like.
I was like, the quartering was on 1 episode, guys. Get over it.
People are like, Jeremy quit? He did. I went
Go
back
and listen to last week's show.
Yeah. I went back and listened to it with Andrea. She goes, did you just tell Jeremy to sit on a cactus? I'm like, I did. Jeremy's like, yeah, guys, he's saying his goodbye. He's just like, yeah, you know, I'm traveling right now to California. Life's going to be more difficult while we're traveling. I'm sitting right now between, pulled over between 2 cactuses. And I go, well, why don't you get out and sit on one? And that was how I said goodbye to Jeremy. It was awful. How could I say that to my friend?
Very easily.
But I did, yeah. And I would say it again. Go sit on a cactus, Jeremy. Come back when you're ready. North American Ham Rammer.
That's a great name.
Hail, any suggestions for starting a new channel from scratch within the Fandom Menace sphere? Like from 0 subs to your first 50 in description box.
Just keep that name, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would honestly just go call yourself North American Ham Rammer, and then really have a little, if you're Fandom Menace, put something Star Wars in there and just make fun content and ask to, it depends. I mean, some people are natural broadcasters and they're really, really good, and some people just aren't that good. But if you are good, just ask to guest stream with people like Doomcock, with Jeff, with Mecca, with Anna, with everybody except for me. And you will probably get, your channel will blow up. I got Cecil to 10,000 subs the other day.
So he's got to make the comic now.
Yeah, he's going to make a comic book. It's going to be awesome. Grand Inquisitor says there better be a topless Natalie Portman scene in Thor: Love and Thunder.
No, thank you. Ugh.
Do you want to see her naked?
No, I don't. I'm not a Natalie Portman fan.
I don't want to look at a 12-year-old boy naked.
I don't think she's like that. I mean, she's, you know what? She's a pretty girl, but she's, first of all, she's overexposed. Like, I'm sick of her face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen her. I've seen action figures of her. I don't want to see her naked. And I don't. Yeah, that's not an easy thing to say. I want to see almost everyone naked. But I don't.
We have Kat Dennings. She's cute.
Who?
Kat Dennings.
I like her.
She was in the other Thor movie, wasn't she?
Darcy. She was in the first 2.
Yeah. Why not her? Can't we have her naked? I mean, as Lady Thor. I mean, naked.
Yeah. Yeah, pass. Everybody's kind of saying pass, like they're not into it. Yeah, yeah. Love and Thunder. Fair is fair after all. Hail Mecca, hail Jeff, hail Caesar. Tim Collins says, I want a white Black Panther. I mean, that would be weird.
Well, I would say Ninja from the Antwoord because he's actually from Africa.
Yeah.
My ideal Black Panther.
Well, what if he was like from South Africa?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Yeah, Ninja is from South Africa.
South Africa it looks like Ohio. I mean, it's not, it's not.
You're very accurate. I'm here in Ohio right now.
Yeah, yeah. If you've been there, well, it's weird. Like I remember going to the mall in Johannesburg, and on one side of the street it looked like Cleveland, and on the other side of the street it was like tar huts. Like, I mean, just like it looked like extreme poverty on the other side of the street. Prosperity on one side of the street, extreme poverty like Hoovervilles from 1930 on the other side of the street. It was the Grapes of Wrath. Horrible.
Hate that book.
You hate that book? Really? Why?
I had to read it in high school, and I hated it so much.
The Depression, sometimes it's boring.
But I like John Steinbeck. I mean, Of Mice and Men's one of my favorite books, so I don't hate him, but just that one book, man.
Generic edgelord says, a girl on the council, where is all the misogynist man-baby Nazis I was led to believe was leading the charge against Rainbow Warriors? We're here.
It's okay. I'm an honorary dude, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I don't know.
So is Anna.
Yeah.
So is Jesse.
Yeah.
I think Jesse is the patriarchy. You tell her I said that. Say, Ethan said you are the patriarchy. I think she would wear that badge with honor.
I'll tell her on our show tomorrow.
I think I get to meet her next week. I think she's going to be out in Star Trek Las Vegas with us, with everybody. So,
yeah, I'll be there too.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I decided at the last minute to go because Gary tried to talk me into it a while ago. I was like, maybe if I'm free, and I'm like, I'm free, so that'll be fun.
Gary's going to be there too. A lot of us Midnight's Edge guys. Rob and Tom will be there. Andre might be there from Midnight's Edge.
It's like a guy from the other part of the world.
Yeah, like all of the Midnight's Edge people.
What is this? Why wasn't I invited to this?
You are now.
Yeah, please come. We would love to have you. You don't like Star Trek, though, do you?
Oh, it's Star Trek. No, I hate Star Trek. It's horrible.
But we'd love to have you.
Oh.
It's Las Vegas. I'm going to drink.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to party.
All right. So Vince Garrett says, it's Wonder, ma'am. Thank you very much. TLJ Screwjob says, is Rainbow on a quest for the elements of misogyny? No, he's Rainbow Brute had a one-night stand with Polly Pocket, and he has a soy boy son who was raised by women, whose name is Shiro Pocket. And he tries to. The story is he's teaching his soy boy son to be a man, and to choke slam unicorns and stuff, and to really be a real man. And that's what the story's about. Unhinged Crank says, "Hail Caesar." Unhinged Crank says, "This is nothing but a bait and switch. She is not going to be the god of thunder. She is." Dr. Coffinail says, "Who's the private dick who upset all the SJW pricks? Shaft. Damn right." Nut Michael Hauckland says, "Natalie Portman is hot as hell, but her wielding the hammer is not what I had in mind." Ron Barrett says, "Hey, Jeff, I sent you an email last week about the Star Wars panel at Dragon Con. I haven't heard back from you yet. Did you get it?"
Blame Kendo. Kendo runs our emails, but I will ask him to send it to me.
100%. Johnny Dollar says, Wonder Warrior is the gender-inverted version of Wonder Woman. He was created by Mr. Mixyazpidalik. By the way, a lot of people don't... Are you impressed that I know how to pronounce that? Have you ever heard Mr. Mixyazpidalik pronounced?
Maybe on the cartoon, but that was about it.
Yeah. They taught me that at DC Comics. Mixyazpidalik.
Who created the character? Was it Julie Schwartz?
It might have been. Who drew him for the first time? Like Wayne Boring or somebody? I don't know.
It's an old callback.
Yeah.
I mean, like 90% of the people listening don't even know who that is.
You don't know? People know who Mr. Mixyazpidalik is. He's
Wayne Boring.
Oh, Wayne Boring. Oh, yeah. Artist for Superman. From the 50s. And he drew like barrel-chested Superman.
Oh,
and then what was one next?
Who came after that? I don't know.
You guys heard what J.J. Abrams is doing to Superman and Green Lantern, right?
No.
Oh, I just linked it in the chat. Apparently, he's going to be taking on Superman and Green Lantern next.
He is?
Oh, goody.
Yeah, that's the latest thing.
What, together?
I thought you guys knew. Like he's going to be like my assumption is he's going to do exactly what he did to Star Wars and Star Trek, but
Rehash old stories?
probably destroy them, bring in a bunch of new characters to sell merchandise, throw a bunch of lens flare, and give us no endings. That would be
This is JJ that's doing this?
that's what we're hearing from Cosmic Book News. So
Hey, JJ. Hi. I've always liked you. Maybe you want to put some of my characters in it.
yeah.
Did they use your artwork for the image on this website?
Yeah, I think they did. Is that one of yours?
I don't know.
Click on the link in the chat. I think that's your drawing.
I don't dare. You know what'll happen is my whole internet. All right, let me look.
Okay, I can screen share it.
Hi, JJ. Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah, that does look like my drawing. Yeah, right there. Well, that's because it's Matt McGloin and he's a friend of mine. Well, he's not. I've never met him, but we're friendly now on the internet. We're internet friends. So he used my artwork there.
Yeah, I like Cosmic Book News. They're pretty good.
They're really good. They're excellent. Excellent. So J.J. Abrams is taking on Superman and Green Lantern. Hey, J.J. Abrams, I've always offered you total respect. Maybe you would like to use my characters in your. Jeff, don't tell anyone. They put Flash Iron Heights. They put Iron Heights Prison, which I created in the Justice League movie, and they sent me a check for 6 figures for it.
Ooh.
JJ, my friend, I think Atrocitus or Saint Walker or Larfleeze or any of those characters belong in this movie.
You're Larfleeze?
Yeah.
Cool.
Think about it, JJ. Okay, thanks. The whole chat's like, you sellout. You
The highest bid.
Because look at what he did with BB-8. He completely emasculated poor little R2 and stuck him in storage to bring in BB-8 so he could make money on toys.
Jose Sarango says, "What's with the creepy Ethan voice?" That's my what would you call that voice? Like obsequious? Like that's like I don't know. I don't know what you would call that voice, but yeah, I'm like, "Hi, Mr. Abrams." So, like I'm a shill now.
That's your brown nose voice.
Yeah, brown nose. Thank you.
Brown nose Van Skyver.
But you know what? Like I'd accidentally call him the J.J. Abrams, on accident. That's because it would just come out naturally. Like if I ever met Ryan Johnson, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, it's great to meet you, Roundhead Ryan." Mr. Johnson. Like that immediately would come out. I wouldn't know what else to call him. It would just immediately come out of my mouth.
An asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole. God damn it. I still haven't watched the trailer for Knives Out, by the way.
Neither have I. Like, I'm going to give that movie my money.
No, I'm not even going to give it a click.
Ethan Van Sellout. Ethan Come Hither voice. Yeah. All right. So let's finish these super chats. Cars in Depth says they're jealous of men standing to piss. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So all of this rage comes from the fact that women have to sit to pee. Well, most SJW men do too. Seahawk Scott says they're not creating anything. They just want to tear it all down. Hatred and bitterness don't lend themselves to creativity. 200 Watt Studio says, "Hail new High Council." How do you like that, Mecca?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
TLJ Screwjob says 11 movies in spring 2020, spring 21 alone. F that. 11 movies? Dr. Coffinail says, "Mecca, glad the High Council has a solid replacement. Someone who's not a quitter like Jeremy."
Poor Jeremy.
No, Jeremy deserves to get his balls busted for that. Mr. Samuel Palladium says, "No offense, but you're better off watching anime." I don't take offense to that. Gotham Knight says, "Hey Jeff, for some reason I've been shadow banned from commenting and super chatting on your channel. Is there any way you can unban me?"
Who?
Gotham Knight.
I don't ban anybody. There's one guy, Sketch Therapy, that happened to last year. He was on the channel about 20 times after that. So send us an email or something, man, because it happened to him and he's not banned. So just we'll fix it.
In the chat, they're saying maybe like use Jessica Cruz. They'll still have to pay Ethan. No, they won't. DC figured out a way to not pay me for Jessica Cruz. Can you believe that? You know why? Like, because Jessica Cruz is Green Lantern. So they're like, no, it's a derivative of Green Lantern. You can't just create a new Green Lantern and expect to own her.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. They sent me a check for like $5,000 and said, shush. I was like, and then all of a sudden, like she's in cartoons and, you know. What do you think of that?
That sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah. Thank you, Mecca.
I can see why they would do it because they're greedy, because they're corporations.
Yeah. Well, I'm greedy too, but I don't, I don't do that to them.
No.
You notice Jeff doesn't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I was looking at something on my phone. I got distracted.
Okay. If Jane Foster can lift Thor's hammer and become Thor, then why didn't Captain America turn to Thor when he lifted the hammer in Endgame? That's Amak Ano.
Don't ask those kind of logical questions. It's the MCU, man. It's over. Just let them get away with whatever they want to get away with.
Yeah. Grand Inquisitor says GameStop ma'am should play Thor. She is blonde. That woman would do great at Thor.
What about the Disney World security guard or Disneyland?
Would also be good at Thor. I am perfectly willing to, if there's going to be a female Thor, I think ma'am should be Thor. I like that.
Well, she would have the strength to actually lift the hammer.
I'd be like, yeah, that's right. So it's the first woman as Thor. All right, so Unhinged Crank says, hail any Portman in the Stormbreaker. The Evangelist says, shill for me, please. The TFM content, the Fandom Menace content uploaded today. That's The Evangelist. Go to The Evangelist. Antoine Dennison says, I heard you're doing a Black Guy Red Sonja cover. What? I am? I heard you're doing a Black Guy Red Sonja cover. No, I don't think so, Antoine. I mean, I would. Oh, that's a great... I see what you're saying. Take Red Sonja, because she's got red hair, and then turn her into a black guy.
As a redhead, I object. I'm tired of being replaced.
Yeah, I see. Antoine, you're very intriguing. I'll think about that. Unhinged Crank says, what up, quitter Jeremy? Let's see. Modalicious says 2 words, new Coke. Agent Exeter says, people like a chromatoid are basically sadists. James Dean Anderson says, check your email, Ethan. It's totally worth it. Oh, I know what it is, James. James Dean Anderson is doing the Rainbow Brute logo.
Ooh.
And I'll look. I won't put it on the show yet, because what if it's not ready yet? I have to, approve of it. Raging Golden Eagle says, little do they know, most normies don't pay attention to e-drama. Even they are turning away from this soy-based filled garbage. White Wolf says, hey, Uncle Ethan, wondering if Cyberfrog Blood Honey Wrecked Earth and the other 2 parts will be collected in a single book we can crowdfund eventually. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the whole plan, is to have one big, epic, gigantic, thick book at the end of this. Cars in Depth says, I never poop. I defecate or shit. Poop is juvenile. Tim Riggs, thanks for $10. He says, this is the attitude and point of view of people who have no joy in their life, no accomplishment they can be proud of, who crave external validation because they can't get it on their own. Jason Green says, maybe these SJWs have a scat fetish? Sick. Party on Civi says, a POC, more like a pox. Got him. Mr. CPU says, their joy is that they despise 007 and its fans. They hate you, Jeff.
Yeah, I get that every day. It doesn't bother me.
Jay Hamilton says, did you guys see what Trina Parks had to say about this?
Who's Trina Parks?
I don't know. Tim Riggs says, the only thing these SJWs will taste will be the vinegar-flavored scrotum sweat as they get teabagged by a 400-pound land whale. Vinegar-flavored scrotum sweat.
That's just disgusting. Come on, Tim.
You know
I have higher standards for you, bro.
Yeah, vinegar. You know what that smells like.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that
Potato chips.
wasn't that like in response to that article where he's like unwashed scrotums or something, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of talk about dirty scrotums tonight.
This is a bodily function episode of the High Council.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be. It's not like I was. I don't know.
Well, last week you were performing a public service by letting people know about pooping in pools. Like, I understood why you were doing what you did. This week it just kind of happened.
Yeah, I did. I certainly didn't intend for it to go this way. It was organic, like poop. So that's kind of how this show goes. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm. A lot of people insulting me today. Is this today or was this yesterday? Oh. Okay, I got lost all of a sudden.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, Jason Green. A lot of people are insulting me later on. I scrolled ahead for some reason. All right, so let's see. Kendra T says a channel called Salty Cracker summed this up well. 007 franchise baits Kool-Aid hair morons into watching a Bond movie. That's pretty good. Tim Collins said a few years ago, the UN passed legislation to push women empowerment in entertainment. How does the Republic die? They are demonizing conservatives to push towards communism. Of course. Dallas Deadeye says Dirtworm Doug will single-handedly kill Comicsgate, Nurkish, Nasser, and now he has Mike's ears. Caesar must put a stop to it. Lethal Lightning says Mecca on the High Council. Okay, this is epic. Tanglefeet says, here's the lowdown. They're obsessed with poop and making these announcements during summer. Why? Because they're trying to increase the number of pool poopings by any means necessary. Evil. Damn it. These people are putting stuff together for me that I didn't even think of. Tim Collins says, don't give them an inch. F them all. Mr. Malonge says the goal of SJWs is to drive out problematic masses from fandom and make it so only an elite few of approved members be allowed to enjoy franchises. Cynical Centra says, I never heard of that Marvel What If comics. Good. Some of it.
Go back.
Yeah. No, there are a bunch that are actually really like John Burns, like What If Phoenix Lived? It's stuff like that. It's good.
I was going back. I read the Hellfire Club like 2 days ago from the Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah.
What a fun story.
Oh, it really is good, man. John Byrne.
Is he one of your favorites?
Yeah, I think he used to be. The problem is like, you meet people when you work when you work in comics, you meet everyone and then you're not their fans anymore. It's really, really sad. But it is true. John Byrne's an interesting fellow. All right, so let's see here. Early on in high school, I convinced my friends that girls don't poop. Then I told them KY jelly was for PB&Js. Good time, says JG Wentworth. Jeg says this soy crap is why I went DCEU over the MCU. Now I'm pissed they brought on Abrams to soil the last series I love. Bring back Snyder. He was manly as F. No?
The quality of films, though. Come on.
Yeah. Madness Productions is a new member. Thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate you. Ham Sandwich says, it's like the scrambled porn I settled for as a kid. Cat Russell White, thank you for joining. Party Alm Civi says, why bread? Because they're communists, Ethan. Raging Golden Eagle says, when will Mike claim EVS sent him dick pics? He better keep those to himself.
Did you see that poster that was made about the Fandom Menace today? And they put him on there, but they credit him as Mark Millar.
No, I didn't see that.
I laughed my ass off because it was missing half the people, and then there's a picture of him that goes Mark S. Millar. I'm like, that's not the right person.
Makeup Path presents Keep Your Receipts, Guys and Gals. Holy hell. Don Palmera says, it's BS because they went for his job instead of going to the police. That is key right there. It's like if something like that happens to you, if you're really that's a crime, go to the cops. Instead, they go to Twitter, and that's how you know it's bullshit. Mark Alon says, saw your Fantastic Four video. I got to say, Disney should make you a consultant for the movie in hopes you fail miserably.
Jesus.
That wasn't nice. I thought this was going somewhere good, and then it was the end. That was the punch right in the throat. Eskimo Phono says she left him for his colleague who threw him under the bus. Joe Marone says, Thor as a North myth is not copyrighted. Anyone can do their own Thor. A comic skater should do their own Thor. That's true. I've seen some people who have actually done that. They've done Thor as a comic book, and Marvel couldn't do anything to them. And we could do it. Brian the Observer says, Mad Pooper or Captain America with burrito and tights. I did a vid recently. 007 Cloud says, don't these people know male tears is slang for jizz? Agent Exeter says, SJWs are human Cylons. There are about 7 models. I think there are less. Canary says, remember when 12 people that aren't going to buy your product just got laughed at when they did this stuff? Individualist says, Ethan, did the mothers of SJWs have any children that lived? SJWs all seem to be brain dead from the neck up. They do, and I love your name, Individualist. Wow, that's a clever pun. Good for you. Aramentaru Areola, my goodness, says anus.
Somebody paid $2 to say anus to you?
$5. He said anus. ... I'm sorry. So there you go. The abominable awesome. Dr. Ferb says, was it bleached? Presumably he means this man's balloon knot. I didn't look that closely. I didn't. I just noticed that it was carefully, what do you call it? Manscaped.
Well, do you manscape your back? Never mind. Do
you want to know that?
I don't want to know that. I was like, is that the proper term for it?
Manscaping. Yeah, that's when you're careful about where, yeah. I have shaved my back. I've waxed my back before. I made Asian women do it.
That should be a soundbite.
Oh.
They're gonna clip that.
Oh, it's the worst night ever. Yeah, I did. I went to a place. It wasn't a massage. I said, and they waxed. They're like, "We'll wax you," and I was like, "Well, wax my back because it's." And they waxed my back. It hurt so bad. And these Asian women were giggling when they were doing it. I was like, "You sadist!" Like they pour hot wax on you and then rip it off, and it really hurts. But my back was like silky smooth. I miss it. I miss having a silky smooth back.
I mean, you can go somewhere else and they can wax your back.
I think I will. Tomorrow. David Kozaborod says, you're right. It's not funny. It's hilarious. Somebody's sending me their butthole. Stone Cold Jeremy says, I'm not a fan of female Thor, but if we have to endure it, why not cast Gwendolyn Christie? She's not tiny and could actually hold Mjolnir. Yeah, everyone says that. Everyone said that.
Well, if you want him to stay in the comics, you have to have it be Jane Foster. I'm not saying I like the idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why bother with Lady Thor? I mean, I'm sorry.
What about Frog Thor?
Yeah.
I honestly, somebody tried to crack on me about that on Twitter, and they thought they were being clever, but they weren't being clever. They're like, oh, well, if you don't like Thor being turned into a woman, why not into something really dumb and unoriginal like a frog? They're cracking on because Cyberfrog. And I was like, yeah, that was actually successful.
Yeah, Walt Simonson, right?
Yeah, people actually like that. In fact, I wouldn't blame anybody for turning any character into a frog. If we want to actually do amphibian swaps instead of gender swaps, I think I can get behind that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just replace everybody with frogs. Can't be
Frog
racist
Council.
against frog, right?
Yeah, it'd get tricky with French characters, though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They'll call you a racist,
like Blueberry.
Yeah, like who's that guy who kicks? He's a Batroc the Leaper.
The Leaper.
Yeah.
Well, they fixed him up in the Captain America movie. I don't think anyone will call you racist.
Okay. Wow.
George St. Pierre played him, so it was pretty awesome.
Really?
Yeah, in the movie.
All right, so let's see. Mongo's Big Think says only a true gentleman and fan would send you pictures of their genitalia, Uncle E. I didn't look at it that way, honestly. The Splintering says next week Attack Helicopter Week at the Splintering. Midnight Images says it's Mecca's version of Daddy's Belt. Sauce Musta became a new member. Thank you so much. Cider Hype says Star Supreme and the Colossals theme is almost done. Ronan Blade says, Ethan, how do you feel that J.J. Abrams will be making Superman and Green Lantern movies? I assume they're both going to be gay, and I just shrug at this point. My eyes get wide, and I go, I don't, just whatever. I'll be dead soon. I'm 44. How much longer do I have? 30 years tops. I'll be dead soon. Whatever. Obi-Wan 27883 says, I met Mike S. Miller yesterday. He gave out Lone Star trading cards. Gary and Jeremy were a blast too. No need to go to Galaxy's Edge. Underwhelming at best. My first inclination was to defile it. To the bathroom I went. So Obi-Wan wanted to poop at Galaxy's Edge. Mexican Iron Man says, Hail Caesar, hail Jeff, hail Mecca. It's depressing to hear that Jar Jar Abrams shall be allowed to get his scrubby hands on my beloved Green Lantern. Gimp Rider 6. I don't feel that way. I feel like J.J. Abrams is like, if anybody was going to handle Atrocitus and all of the characters that I own, that I would get paid $100,000 for if they appeared in the movies, I would want it to be J.J. Abrams. I think he is perfect to do those characters.
I can see your point of view on that one.
Call me JJ. I'm making that telephone thing with your hand, like that telephone.
I'm gonna start calling you JJ Van Skyver. There you go.
Don't use my characters, you bitch. That's for real.
Unless you pay us a lot of money, right?
No, even then, don't fuck with my characters. Gimp Rider, that's reverse psychology. We'll see if that works. Gimp Rider 66 says, I know who Wayne Boring was and Kurt Swan. Yeah, Kurt Swan would be the next guy. Achar 77 says, bite me, JJ. Thought you'd be Bigger Bear says, if sent to Saudi Arabia for a mission, would Jemima Bond be able to drive?
Jesus.
Whew, that was racist.
That was yeah.
That was racist. All right. Norwegian Kryptonian says, Achura 77 says, who's going to break it to Jeremy that Mecha is a way better, more reliable entertainer?
Whoa.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah. You are good, though, Mecha.
Oh, thank you.
Norwegian Kryptonian says, will JJ try to make the DCU into the MCU? # bad humor. Yes. White Wolf says, Rainbow Brute and his mighty steed Brute Horse. No, his horse is named Napalm. Okay? And he is my girthy stallion. That's what he is. Finn Frog says, poop is what you put into it. It's all about what you make with it, organic or GMO. Jason Green says, Jeff, take the soda I sent to you to Vegas.
I'm flying on a plane. You can't take that stuff.
Yeah. Boy Wonder 52 says, pay $5 to see the dancing freak. Is he talking about me?
Do you dance?
Yes.
Okay.
Will you do it for $5?
To my shame, yes, I have in singles. Kevin Yamasaki says, so the problem with virtue signaling is the same with with a girl having a date with a rich guy. She is happy he is rich, but she doesn't need him flaunting it. Yakusei says, please support Keys to Zodia on Indiegogo. Manic Boy Production says, please tell us the John Byrne meetup story. No. It's not that interesting. I was just on it. I've got a sense from him that he was tired of it. You know what I mean? Like, sick of the shit and he,
Didn't he have a boat back in the day? Like, he was one of the first, like, hugely, like, financially viable comic book artists. And he bought a boat. Wasn't that like the legend?
I don't know if he bought a boat, but he used to have a throne that he'd bring to conventions that would be elevated. It was higher than a normal chair, so he would sit higher than people, and he wanted the fans to look up to him and hand him comics from beneath him.
Yeah, I'll go see George Perez instead.
Yeah, and then if you gave him a book that was a reprint of one of his books, he had a reprint stamp of his signature, and he'd go, reprint stamp for a reprint book.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. So he's an interesting guy. Jeg says, watch Twin Perfects vids on Snyder's Quality, Jeff. Twin Perfects. The legendary Uriah says, oh, what a terrible night. Ethan Van Belmont. Melissa Anderson says, according to Ocasio-Cortez, we only have 12 years to live. Oh, it's too long. You know.
That's just long enough for them to screw up everything else.
Yeah. 12 years. What can they do in 12 years? Well, that's 12 years. I mean, you know, let's see. So that's 4 terms, 3 more terms of Donald Trump as president. So they'll have gone out of their mind. Of course, we know that next year Donald Trump will make it so that presidents can have a total of 4 terms. So what do you think of that, Jeff?
Is the modern FDR?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe so. A lot of people agree. Thought you'd be bigger bear says, heard a black woman call new Bond that. My bad. He's apologizing for his racist comment. Harvey Walls gives me $1. Another $1 from Harvey Walls. Another $1 from Harvey Walls. Another $1 from Harvey Walls. A Chur 77 says dance monkey and gives me $2. Put them in my G-string. Harvey Walls, thanks for another $1. Cat Russell White, thanks for $1. People are giving me singles. That's what they're doing right now.
What's the song you're dancing to? Cherry Pie by
Cherry
Warren?
Pie.
It has to be cherry pie or pour some sugar on me.
Yeah. And I'm crying when I'm doing it because I'm thinking about how I have a kid at home and I'm single, you know. Daddy's doing this for his baby. Swinging from a pole upside down, you know.
Do you have the upper body strength for it?
Yeah, I do. I you know, I'm a lot stronger than you think. You know, I'm a single father.
Emotionally, strength speaking, you're a 10 out of 10, man. I believe in you.
From Delusion to Truth says, how did anyone see that? Did anyone see that movie Last Jedi? Was there something wrong with that movie or was it just me? It was just you. We loved it. You know, they're giving me more dollars. DJ Kong, another $1. Stop giving me dollars. Cat Russell White, another $1. I can't believe she's my cherry pie. Sweet surprise. How does that song go? Tastes so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie. DJ Ray just gave me another $1. DJ Kong, another $1. People are throwing dollars at me. I must be doing it right.
Make it rain.
Yeah, make it rain on me.
Dude, you should come to Vegas. You could just do this in person.
It's so stupid. What am I doing? I want to go to bed.
You're stripping on the internet.
Actually, when on my stream, when I do reach $100 total for the day, I do take off my bra and jiggle. So,
are you what?
That's one of my things.
Mecca, you do?
Yes.
Oh my God,
it's a great gimmick,
right?
Yeah.
Ethan, get a bra.
Because I can get away with it because I'm a girl.
Yeah. Well, that makes that okay. All right. How do you know when you get to $100?
Streamlabs will add it up. So.
Oh, I see. Checkpoint calls me Ethan Van Cam Girl. So, screw you. This is all very degrading. I find this degrading. You know. Oh my God.
That's
DJ Kong, $1. Hostile Bogey and Bound says, make it hail. Gives me $2.25. He's throwing nickels at me.
Do they want? They're asking me to whip you to make you strip. Is that what they're wanting?
No.
I don't think he wants that.
No, I don't. I don't want that. And level 4, $1. Stephen, thanks for $1. Stephen Ledetta. Defixio, $1. Amateur Anth, thanks for $2. How big would that pole have to be, Uncle E? I'm not that fat. DJ Kong, $1. Dragon of the Blackpool, $1. Melissa Anderson, $2. Dance Ethan Dance. The Fixio says tickle pickle, gives me $2. Funny. Don't encourage this. This is crazy. Curtis YZ says it's because you're so good at dancing. Don't worry. And DJ Nutsack, who by the way is the DJ that's spinning the records right now. He says Ethan has old man strength. Now dance boomer. Victor Rio says, EVS, take your bra off and jiggle. Mecca, why did you tell them that? I mean, a Chair 77, $2 says EVS Twitch thought. No, this isn't what the High Council was meant to be, Jeff. This is a disgrace. Gabriel Torres, thanks for $5. It's 2019. You can only amphibian swap existing characters as long as you make the friggin' frogs gay. Of course. Downshift, thanks for $1. I thought you'd be bigger bear. $2. Hollywood wants us all to become morning geckos. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, please. This is awful. Jeremy leaves and the show gets X. Yeah, I know. Jeremy probably laughing his ass off at this.
That's my fault. I apologize.
Yul Brenner, thanks for $2. Breakdance for us, or you're a robot. Unhinged Crank says, here's 5 singles. Us guys are having a party later at the frat. There's more of us waiting for you. I gotta go. Jeremy Burtz, thanks for $2. Appreciate it. I'm leaving. Boomer Gaming Time, thanks for $2. Welcome Tiffany Van Sciver to the stage. I gotta go. I gotta go. This is terrible. Jeff, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for coming tonight to this kind of impromptu high council. I appreciate you guys. You are hilarious. You're the best. And Mecha Random.
I apologize.
No, I wasn't going to lecture you. I was going to thank you for being here, being a professional, and doing this last minute because, I was kind of screwed. I kind of said, who will be on the show tonight? Who can just make it last minute? And you were right there. You were willing to do it. And I totally appreciate it. And I hope we can count on you to come back because I think you're really good.
Of course, anytime. Except next week, I'll be in Vegas, but I'll try and do something if I can.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, next week is when the Star Trek convention starts Tuesday night. So,
who's gonna
Ethan,
be there?
you should go.
Yeah, you should go, Ethan. It'd be a blast.
Is it this weekend?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. It's the 30th to the 5th. So.
Oh, I got to go to a Frankie Valli concert on the 2nd.
Lucky.
Oh, what a night. Late September 1960. No, December 63. You like that song or you hate that song?
I like some of Frankie. I like Grease a lot.
Grease is the word. I like that song, and I like Let's Hang On to What We Got. I got really drunk. I've already told this story, but I sang bad lyrics to that song when I was live streaming. I went to this concert. I saw Frankie Valli earlier in the year, and I went live streaming on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I had 5 double vodka Red Bulls, and I was up at the front of the stage, front row. Frankie Valli reaches down to shake my hand as he's singing Let's Hang On to What We Got. And I'm singing into the camera, let's hang on to what I got. Got a 17-inch. hang on to what we got. And right when he shook my hand, I said that. And he gave me a look like I ruined his night. And I haven't forgotten that.
He doesn't have too many left, dude. Don't do that again.
I won't. I feel terrible about it. But I want to thank everyone for being here, and we'll see you again next week for the High Council. And have a great rest of the week. Make sure to subscribe to Mecha Random. Is it 17? What?
42. It's the meaning of life, universe, and everything.
Oh, Mecha Random 42. Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to Jeff's World Class Bullshitter. Subscribe to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.